as we see how MAGA has been behaving and those far right Republicans and those triple damn Trumpers, a lot of behavior that they would point the finger at us and say we're doing, we start catching them doing it more and more often. So take this guy, for example, Mr. ICE agent, racist ICE agent who was driving drunk with his kid now. Think about this, Tracy. All these MAGA dudes want to
Wow.
use religion to try to propagandize people into behaving a certain way, and they always try to pretend like they're holier than thou. And then they got the nerve to be racist. Racist ICE agent was driving drunk with his kid in his truck and racially profiled local officers. Scott, this is whatever his last name is, begged not to be arrested for a DUI over losing his kids. He begged. So here's an ICE agent that's running down with a mask on, finding minorities left and right, probably doing God knows what to them, gets caught not being a good person, and is begging a police officer for mercy. He would never show an iota of empathy to the brown migrants he ripped away from their families on a regular basis. Tracy, is that not karma, a hypocrisy? Floor is yours.
I'll say one is hypocrisy. And the reason why it's hypocrisy is like with your job, like you're going raiding like inner cities and like stripping like families away and not having like mercy on family members. You just stripping them away. And then it's pretty much like I said, you objectifying like individuals. So this is what America is made of. Like we are a culture melting pot, and we have and this country is built on immigrants. And truth be told, I would say like the white supremacists, they stole this land. Well, if you want to go back to Christopher Columbus days, that's how I see it as. And then I would say more like it is like reaping what he sowed, because now like he's in a situation where he's in trouble, and then so he want the police to have empathy on him, but he didn't have that empathy when he was like separating migrants away from their families. That's how I see it as. So sometimes like a hard head make a soft bottom. So he gotta
Mm.
listen, have to realize the choices he made, the bad choices. That's how I see it as. So sometimes, like if you don't learn the easy way, you learn the hard way.
No, no, Tracy
Yep.
didn't say fuck around and find out, y'all. That's what she said.
That's
She
what
said F
it is.
around and
In
find
a
out.
nice way. I said it in a nice way.
Yeah, yeah, those were my words, people, not hers. So don't try to put words in her mouth. That was me saying it. I agree with you on that. And people that have followed me for a long time know my stance on what you just said about when the whites came here. And you are absolutely right. Not only did they come here and steal it from one group of people, but Tracy, think about they stole it from the Queen too. The Queen sent their asses over here to explore and find the resources and bring it back. They get over here, take it from the natives and say, oh no, the hell with the Queen. We keeping this shit for ourselves. It's nice. So they really stole it from two groups of people. So we'll throw that out there. And oftentimes when white people, if they don't know me, they hear me chastising the bad behaviors, the false religion, and all the bad things that these MAGA white guys do. Some of them will say that I hate white people, and that's not true. And I always say the ones who say that, you're probably the problem. I always reach out and say that the things that blacks and all people have been able to achieve would not have been able to be achieved without the help of white people that felt some level of sympathy and empathy for us to get in the voting booths, to get in the head of these white dudes that was controlling things and say these people deserve to have rights too.
Yeah.
And people that know me know that that's how I feel. So when someone says, "Oh, he said this about," I don't care, because that means you're the problem. If you feel offended by that, then you are part of the problem. Examine yourself. Tracy, I hope this man gets punished to the extent
Yeah.
that the law can punish him, because I'm always telling people we're never going to get this cancer of MAGA and this mindset that these white guys have until they feel pain, until they are punished, until the laws that are on the books are not patty caked, and that they are sentenced to prison to the extent that law can send them, in the way that the law used to send black dudes to jail for 30 years for having a dime bag of weed. We need to start seeing these lying, racist, entitled white dudes who do stuff like what he did. And I will add white collar crime too, because that's just as bad and can ruin families even worse. They need to be punished as hard as the law can punish them. That is the only way we're going to ever stomp out this cancer of MAGAism and racism. And I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Do y'all feel sorry for homeboy? I don't. No, I don't.
I don't.
Sorry. Get a life, dude. Get a different job. You do not need to be in a position of power running around. And that's the issue with a lot of dudes like that, Tracy. A lot of these country dudes. Me and you, we from the country, kind of. We see a lot of these white dudes that want to be authoritative figures go get jobs as volunteer firemen. They go try to be cops. They do all this bull job because, number one, they don't value education the way me and you do. Number two, they just want to be worker bees. And then number three, they want to be respected by someone, looked up to by someone. So they do this type of crap. And that is not what we need in these positions of authority. We don't need it. We need someone who's even keel, level-minded, and is there to resolve an issue, not create one.